Good morning, card community. It's RJ, and it is time for the Sunday Trivia Recap. Hooray! Loud cheers, mass hysteria, rioting in the street, people discharging firearms at an alarming rate. And yet we still have time for some awesome trivia and fantastic prizes. So let's get to it. All right, Monday. Monday's question, in keeping with the month theme of this day in baseball history. On this day in baseball history, May the 15th, 1973, this individual pitched the first of his career no-hitters. And I just asked the name. I stopped there. There have been a number of players who have had more than one no-hitter. You know, Johnny Vandermeer did it 2 days and two starts in a row once. So there have been a number of players to do it, but this individual was one Lynn Nolan Ryan. Here he is on his 2013 Panini Cooperstown card. And obviously he went on to pitch a total of 7 career no-hitters, a feat which will never, ever, ever be duplicated. So the prize for getting that right is this 2010 Topps Gypsy Queen card of Steve Carlton. I'm sorry, 2015, not 2010. 2015 Topps Gypsy Queen of Steve Carlton. That is the prize for getting that right. All right, so here we go. The individuals on the screen were kind enough to throw out a guess. And as we will do, we will shuffle once and spin. Shuffle. Spin. You have to hit 3 times in order to win on my channel. I do that to draw out the suspense and give everybody a chance to be part of the excitement. So here we go. Good luck to everybody. So I've been spending a lot of money on the Bay recently, so I'm getting some really cool things to show off. I haven't entered into any breaks recently, and there's no new product I'm interested in collecting at the moment. I am interested, I'm looking for the next, I guess, the next thing for me that will be coming out will probably be Series 2, because the other things I collect are Archives and Gallery, and they don't come out until later in the season. So it's likely I'll be back on the stump showing cool, great new product only when Series 2 comes out, which I don't know, can't remember when Series 2 always comes out, but it does come out here and there. So Lisa Z has hit 3 times. Congrats, Lisa. You will be getting this awesome Steve Carlton card for your collection. Congrats to you. Moving on. So we will move on to Wednesday. Lisa cannot win. You can only win but once on my channel. So Lisa, you are out, but you did throw out a guess, so thank you for that. On Wednesday, May the 17th. So on this day in May the 17th, 1979, the Cubs and the Phillies played a wacky one at Wrigley Field. Now, if you know, excuse me, the history of Wrigley Field with the wind blowing out the way it does, there have been a number of very high-scoring games over the years at Wrigley Field, because all you got to do is get the ball up in that wind, and it carries over that short field. And the Cubs and the Phillies on May the 17th, 1979, played a game where the Phillies prevailed 23-22 in 10 innings. I had this fantastic book in my collection, literally called 10 Innings at Wrigley. And it's an author going through the intricacies of the game, but also telling stories about all the men involved, the players, the coaches, the umpires, everything. So it's a fantastic read. It's right up my alley because it has a big part to do with the Phillies, and the Phillies at the time obviously had Mike Schmidt on it. I consider this part of my Mike Schmidt collection, so that's why I have this book, and it's all about 10 innings at Wrigley, and the Phillies prevailed over the Cubs 23-22. That was the answer to the question. Your prize for getting that right: an insert from 2020 Topps, the Turkey Red. This is Ron Santo, a Hall of Famer from the Cubs. So, a nod to the losers. Ron Santo's Turkey Red card from the 2020 Topps insert product will be your prize. So good luck to everybody on that one. Again, the individuals up on the screen were kind enough to throw out a guess on that. And we will spin, shuffle once first, spin. Good luck to everybody on this one. So, yeah, so this week, more trivia of this week in baseball history, this day in baseball history, but also I picked up some really awesome things. I'm still in a bit of a spending mode. I got to get out of that. But I'm picking up the trades a little bit more. The trades are a little slow, and I don't get enough in trades. I tend to start shopping the Bay, but I got some really cool stuff that's very inexpensive. That's why I'm doing it. I'm trying not to spend a ton of money, and I'm not, but I'm just spending, you know, too many $1 purchases can add up to $1 million before you know it, you know? So I'm trying my best to get back into the trading aspect of the collecting, and, you know, set the Bay aside for a while. Also, I gotta stop by the LCS a little bit and, you know, find some inexpensive dollar bag stuff. That's what I need to do. 3 Good Nerds. Is that 3 for you, sir? It is. Okay, so the individuals over at 3 Good Nerds can fight over who gets this awesome Ron Santo. It's a young-looking Santo, too, which is kind of cool. So congrats to you, gentlemen. We will move on to Friday. So on Friday, the question was, this, actually, let me take out Lisa Z and 3 Good Nerds real quick before I forget that. So on Friday, the question was, on this day in baseball history, May the 19th, 1981, this individual had a start with his team. He retired, he gave up a hit to the first batter and then proceeded to retire the next 27 in order for an improbable one-hit shutout. Dang near perfect game kind of thing. Similar to, I think Ernie Shore did it when Babe Ruth had to start back with the Red Sox back in the early 1900s. Babe gave up a walk to the first batter and proceeded to argue with the umpire and get thrown out of the game. So Ernie Shore comes in relief. Don't quote me on the fact that it was Ernie Shore. I might be wrong on that, but I thought it was Ernie Shore came in relief. The batter who just walked tried to steal and was thrown out, stealing. And Ernie Shore proceeded to retire the next 26 men in order. So essentially, he faced the minimum and nobody got on base. And it's kind of like an asterisk perfect game sometimes, although it's certainly not a perfect game. Anyway, this individual who gave up a leadoff hit and then retired the next 27 men in order is Mr. Jim Bibby. Jim Bibby was a quality pitcher for a number of teams in the 70s and 80s. I remember him mostly as a pitcher for the Pirates. Here he is in the 1991 Topps product, I believe it's the 1990 Topps product, the Senior Professional Baseball League. They actually had a league of retired baseball players and journeymen never were baseball players down in the Florida area, number of teams down there, and they tried to put a league together that, you know, during the winter would attract fans, come to see, you know, some legends of baseball, so to speak, or some former player greats. And Jim Bibby was pitching for the Winter Haven Super Sox at the time. And here he is on that card that was released. So your prize, if you're getting this right, actual 1983 Fleer Jim Palmer card. A little off-centered, but the corners are very sharp and crisp. So that is your prize. Jim Palmer, Hall of Famer, 1983 Fleer card, for getting that one right. So, again, we will shuffle once and spin. Good luck to everybody on this one. Yeah, obviously when I buy things, you know, off the Bay, it's always going to be Mike Schmidt stuff or sets. And if you saw one of last week's releases of my videos, I showed off a couple of cool sets I picked up. Very inexpensive, which is fantastic for me. But this week was mostly awesome Mike Schmidt stuff. So I'm happy about that. Can never have enough Mike Schmidt stuff. And want to make sure everybody sees that Shaw was in here on this guest. Don't want you guys to think I missed you on that one. So yeah, I do have a lot of awesome things I think to show off. Haven't I haven't been around to see a lot of contests, a lot of VRs. Been seeing a lot of VRs, but not being able to participate in a lot of VRs. I think I'm just missing them. We're gonna have Adam go 1, 2, 3 out of the coming from behind here. Let's see. That happens once in a while. Some guy starts slow and then suddenly picks it up. Nope, Tommy's second one. We got a couple people with 2 up there. So we'll see. We will see. Wait, is that your third? I don't think so. No, I think a lot of people with 2 now. Yeah, again, I'm hyping it up a lot because I'm amazed at some of the deals I got. I was pleasantly surprised at these some of the things that were offered. That was third for those 3 for Bears, isn't it? Yeah, that's a third hit for Bears baseball card. So Jesse, I'll be sending you this great Fleer card. So that's all I have for you this weekend, gentlemen, ladies, everybody. Appreciate you stopping by. Please consider like, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. And stop back again this coming week. I got more great trivia and prizes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as always. So I hope you all enjoyed. Have a great day. I'll see you on Monday. Take care.